Okay, so recently we've been covering some stuff going on with Fazecon, and if you guys didn't see in my last video, we covered some of the kind of, haters and stuff going after that new convention called Fazecon. Now, yeah, this is essentially Pippa responding to some of the people that were hating on Fazecon and Fazecon. Obviously, there's been a lot of drama recently, so, it's to be expected. But it seems like recently, this all came off the back of an announcement from Fazecon that we have a little bit more information on Fazecon as a whole, with them saying, official Fazecon website is officially up and running. Keep tabs on the website for the single latest con updates. Fazecon will go on sale today at 5 p.m. With single day plus full weekend options. And obviously, we talked a little bit about this with some of the issues that people had with some of the kind of, different kind of features and things, including like the raffle kind of options and stuff like that, which we'll get into again in a minute. But yeah, they have the full website up now, which again is great to see. And obviously, it's June 13th to June 14th that this will be going on. And obviously, yeah, they say bringing back the atrium. Hyatt Regency, Burlingame, CA, book your stay. Obviously, they got some, places to stay, as well as registrations, getting your badge, programming, meet and greets, all of this kind of stuff, activities, merch hall, event map. Again, there's a lot of kind of different things. They got a schedule there. Oh, it's coming soon. Okay, so a lot of the stuff is coming soon, but they have a lot of different kind of features and stuff on the website, right? Including registration, where you can buy badges. And do meet and greet things, which I think is, great. And obviously it's great to see it's going so well. And yeah, it seems like you can log in and get a badge or whatever. I think that's how it goes. Obviously, they've got the programming page here. It's the action-packed programming, which obviously just says coming soon. So a lot of this stuff is coming soon. We still haven't had like a full, kind of look at stuff. For example, you can see here are some of the activities that they plan on doing. First of all, they have a coffee stand, which again, obviously, say we're serving us some fresh Fazecon coffee brews, ensuring you have energy to keep exploring all the activities of the con. So yeah, obviously they got a snack bar, which is only offered to your Phase Citizen badge members, which obviously I'm pretty sure is a higher, type of kind of ticket or whatever you want to call it. Those are the only two things right now. But again, obviously, we looked at the other post that kind of Pippa was responding to right recently. And they were kind of confused at why these two things were the only events that were really going on, or activities that were going on. It's just food, right? There's nothing to do, which of course I can understand the concern, but I think it's very easy to kind of notice, and especially after, actually looking through the website and everything, that this is still a work in progress, right? Everything is still coming soon. And I think in the activities wise, I think there is more stuff to do. It's just the only things that they already have confirmed right now and can really talk about is the stuff to do with food and drink, right? And I'm sure there'll be other pages and stuff. Yeah, they say more activities coming soon. So again, a lot of people are criticizing it for saying like these were the only two things that were going on at the convention. I don't think that's the case, right? I think it is essentially they are working on it, and that this will be a kind of thing that will expand over time. Now, of course, I do think maybe whenever they're making the website, they should probably just like kind of put it all out at once. That probably would have been the smartest thing to do, because now a lot of people won't go back and look at the website and see what they've got to offer. I feel like it's actually pretty bad in terms of marketing. And obviously you can criticize that 100%, because now a lot of people are going to see this announcement, say, oh, the Fazecon, kind of website's up and running. Obviously they say, you can buy the tickets and stuff at 5 p.m. But that's about it, right? If you actually want to know what's going on and are interested in what's going on, you can't really see that, right? And I do think that is one of the problems that they have, because someone will go onto the website, they'll go, oh, it just doesn't really show me much of what I can do. And they'll go, oh, okay, I'll look at it at another time. And then they'll forget, right? Because, of course, unless they announce it on their Twitter again, maybe, there's not going to be another opportunity to get them to click on the website, right? This was the opportunity to get people to click on the website, look at what's going on, go, yeah, that's interesting. And then obviously, buy a ticket or whatever, right? But yeah, I think that maybe they should have thought about that a little bit better in terms of kind of releasing everything all at once, rather than having like coming soons and stuff. And obviously they talk about meet and greets here. this is when we get into the rules of the meet and greets. They say meet and greet tickets will be available through the Fazecon registration website. Most tickets will be distributed through a general raffle, which obviously we talked about in the last video, which some people aren't happy about. Open to anyone who pre-registers for the convention. If you are a Phase community or Phase citizen badge holder, you will gain access to a priority raffle that will be held prior. Unclaimed tickets from both raffles will then be made available for purchase at a later date on a first come first served basis. Attendees who secure a meet and greet ticket will be able to pick them up with their badge. They cannot be reprinted once issued and are non-transferable. A staff member will then direct you to the appropriate meet and greet line for your talent. They say general and priority raffle opening dates as well as the first come first serve opening date will be announced closer to the convention on our Twitter and in our official Phase Connect Discord server. So yeah, they have a kind of bit of info on that one. So general raffle info, free to enter, and enter as many raffles as you like. If you win, you must complete the transaction and purchase your ticket within the designated purchase window. Tickets not purchased within the designated purchase window will be released to first come first serve sales. So it seems like they're selling the meet and greets if someone doesn't claim it or something, which I think is interesting. They say, yeah, there is priority for them. The important notes, winners will be notified by email. Please remember to check your email regularly, including your spam folder. Tickets are non-refundable and non-transferable. So yeah, so you got meet and greet code of conduct as well. Please respect the time limit noted for each meet and greet. For VTubers, do not ask the meet and greet talent to collaborate. This is a chance to have a fan experience, not a networking opportunity, 100%. They do not ask the meet and greet guests to reveal information on upcoming events, collaborations, or other unreleased content. Do not make references to other personas or VTubers. Wait, really? That's an interesting one, because I guess, are they talking about like past lives? If they're talking about past lives, that's definitely, yeah, I understand that. But if they're talking about other VTubers in their agency, I think that's a bit weird, right? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I could 100% understand about the personas thing though, because of course they like imagine going up to like, I don't know, Doki Bird and asking her about like Selene, right? It's just like it's just weird. And of course, obviously, I know Doki Bird's not going to be at this convention, probably not because it's Fazecon, but it would be weird. But I think asking about other VTubers, maybe especially if they're friends. Obviously, I can understand maybe if they're like, oh, do you know like Iron Mouse or something like that? You ask like Pippa, like of course, it's just like no, like why are you asking me? Well, obviously, I don't know if they know each other, but you get what I mean. They do not ask personal, uncomfortable questions to the guests or do anything that could be interpreted as harassment. Please be respectful. Of course, it said the staff reserves the right to immediately stop any meet and greet at their discretion. They say failure to comply with any of the results may result in your badge being revoked or even a permanent ban from the convention. In addition, all of the attendees participating in the meet and greet are also subject to Fazecon's general code of conduct for all attendees. So yeah, obviously they've got a gift policy as well. We're not accepting any gifts in any shape or form. Okay, so yeah, you can't give them gifts. Only letter-sized letters are actually permitted. Phase Connect staff reserves the right to check the contents of the letter and reject any letter at their discretion. Fair enough. There's been issues with trackers and things before, which obviously gets extremely weird. If a guest accepts groups, individual tickets holders may pool their time together and join at the same time. So 3 people at once on a meet and greet, which I think is fair enough. And yeah, obviously, I think a lot of people have been kind of discussing that, as well as there's like a code of conduct for the convention in general, which I think is obviously very important too. But obviously, yeah, they're saying make sure to comply with all federal, state, and local laws. Badges must be worn at all times. Minors with child badges must be have a guardian present at all times. Obviously, children below 13 will be provided with a child badge. So they're allowing children under 13 at the convention, which I think that's interesting. Say badges are non-transferable, may be revoked. Say follow and obey all posted signs. Outside alcohol and illegal drugs not allowed. Smoking and vaping not allowed. Limit advertising to designated area tables. Pets are not allowed. Recording is prohibited in the convention space without prior permission. This includes the use of drones. Please refer to our recording and live stream guidelines for more information. Interesting. So you can't actually record there. That's interesting. Obviously, a lot of people, the big one, which was obviously a big conversation beforehand, was the cosplaying rules. If you guys remember, we covered a situation where you couldn't wear like bunny ears or something like that. It was weird. Say, please ask cosplayers for permission before taking photos or initiating any kind of physical contact. Consent is not implied and has been explicitly given. Consent may be revoked at any time. I say all cosplay weapons must be peace-bound and inspected by the designated prop check location. Convention spaces, public area, attire, including cosplay, must comply with public decency laws. Full or partial nudity is not allowed. So shoes or appropriate footwear must be worn at all times. Costumes must not obstruct, impede foot traffic. And so any paint, including body paint, must be dry and non-transferable. So yeah, don't make a mess, essentially. That's what they're saying. Obviously, you got different weapons here. Props must not exceed anything. Prop weapons must be easily identifiable. Prop firearms must be made of plastic. So yeah, obviously a lot of normal things there. Prohibited actions / items: rollerblades, hoverboards, or stilts. Damn, I can't pull up with the rollerblades. Damn. Okay. Full nudity of course. Functioning wheels except for accessibility purposes. Okay. So yeah, no bikes and stuff. Realistic depictions of American law enforcement. So you can't dress up as as it's been a common theme recently. You can't dress up as ICE. You can't dress up as the police. You can't dress up as anything. They say dangerous or sharp protrusions. Fair enough. Any props capable of shooting projectiles. Firing mechanisms must be disabled. Live steel, any props that can hold an edge, even if dulled. Explosions and hazardous chemicals. Nunchaku. Do they mean nunchucks? Or like flailing with hard heads or chains longer than 3 feet. Handcuffs, lasers, and props intentionally producing live flames. Again, crazy. And obviously they also have anti-harassment as well. Protecting a lot of people. This happens a lot at conventions, so that's good. So obviously stalking is not allowed. Physical assaults or threats. Non-consensual photography or recording. That's a big one. Do you guys remember the stuff with the Rev fan being followed around the convention hall? Very, very interesting, right? And of course, yeah, that was a big kind of thing. But of course, there is so much more as well in terms of like spreading and privacy. Again, they've got essentially all of the main things you need whenever it comes to convention and setting up a kind of safe space for people to interact over there. But yeah, I mean, that is essentially everything there is for the Fazecon website right now. I just thought I'd go over that because, again, a lot of people would be interested in what is actually going on with it. We don't have too much information on the events and stuff that is going on over there, including, different kind of activities, but it seems that we will get it soon, right? Whether that's next week, whether that's, in a month's time, I don't know, but we'll have to see. But it seems like it is slowly starting to build up. But yeah, that's essentially all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.